So I want to jump into some of the questions that we talked about that we wanted to ask for our audience, specifically with your experience as a producer and director, and just how much you've learned and seen change in multimedia, specifically over the last 10 years. So you've been helping brands really to come to life through visual media, and it's in a space right now that the awareness has gone up. There's been a spike in the quality where we've come out of an area where a lot of people are producing it, and now the ones that are making high quality is really standing out. So what do you think has caused so many organizations to say, hey, I want to improve my quality of my video?
Well, yeah, there's a number of factors that are playing a part. The biggest thing is the audience is telling us we want better, right? Audiences are not paying attention to low quality content. They're not paying attention to content that hasn't been thought through, right? Now, you'll still find influencers that have very raw content, right? And maybe it's still that like travel blog type of stuff or adventure type content, right? That's like right off the cuff and not planned. But when it comes to more professional content, if you haven't thought through what you're gonna say and you just try to do it off the cuff and you're slow to talk, you're boring, you're gonna lose an audience. And so our audience is telling us, get your act together. Don't waste my time. Time is money, and so like let's get straight to the point. So that's what drives it the most.
Yeah, and so that's where people are coming to you specifically when you're working with your clients or your employers. That's what they want. They want to see more produced content because it lives better, right?
100%. We're usually talking about bringing in copywriters to help us, which is usually the first thing that gets kicked off the budget line, right? Yeah. That's one of the most important things, right? Whether it be a producer that helps write or a completely separate copywriter to just help tighten things up. And that's really important, but also just visually to also make sure that things look crisp, things are in focus, right? Audio is good. Like the audio is probably one of the things that people pay the least attention to, but it really has such a significant impact on the success of a piece of content.
Yeah. No, and a follow-up to that, on that topic, if you take video content right now and you think of lighting and backgrounds and the content and audio, what do you think stands out right now as one thing that if you wanted to improve in one area, what is the one that's going to stand out the most for somebody who's making video content right now?
I think the actual meat of the content is what you should focus on the most. You can always cover it up with B-roll, right? You can always throw text on screen if your audio is really bad, right? But first, make sure your content's solid, right? The next thing after that is your audio, though, all day. Because again, you got good audio, you can cover that. You can cover whatever you want up, right?
B-roll, right?
Yeah.
That's really good.